reminder, no headphones, all right? All right. Everyone got their warm-up sheet out? All right, here we go. Sorry about that. So you have your learning target at the top. Does everyone see behind me for 12.4? This is what you were supposed to finish the last 2 days. Writing equations from graphs and tables using Desmos. So make sure you turn this in. It's up on the board in red here, 12.4. Also, you're going to have a test next Thursday. It's 4.2. It's continuing this Unit 4 that we've been doing before Thanksgiving. And then after that, we're going to get geared up for our final exam, semester exam. Okay, your warm-ups for the week. So if you missed any warm-ups this week, first of all, does everyone have a paper? Because it's in the first folder in the blue bin, right? Everyone can get one right now if you don't have one. I'm telling you what to write. Monday, map. Tuesday, map. Wednesday, map. Okay, 3 days of map. Yesterday, sub. So 4 days of easy warm-ups, right? Today, we're going to do this warm-up together, and then you're going to turn it in. Cool? Now, a couple things off to the right here. Don't shave December. Grow out your beards, right? All right. But seriously, though, down here, does everyone see this right here? Actually, look behind you. There's a festive, decorated tree in the back, right? So, but what is on that tree? What are all those things? Well, those are hygiene products. Look right here. I am second group. Now, this is for anybody. You don't have to be a part of the group. But we're taking donations to help those that are in need, right? There are those who are in need of hygiene products who don't have maybe the means to get them. So there's a organization called the McKinney-Vento Homeless Project that helps people get what they need, right? So obviously, what do people usually give to? Like food and clothes, but this is also something that people need, right? So if you have any new, unused hygiene products and you want to donate them to a good cause, we are just accepting them in the back underneath the festive hygiene tree. That's what is decorated on there. Okay, so if you look at the pictures here, you got what? Toilet paper, soap, shampoo, conditioner, feminine products, etc. So any of that, we'll take it in those blue bins in the back. Okay, so that's just if you want to give back. So if you're at the HEBs and you're feeling helping someone out, you got a few extra bucks. There's a section at HEB that's got the little travel size stuff that could be useful, or ask your parents. All right, so make sure you don't have headphones in, even if you're taking a test. You know what I'm saying? Especially because, All right, here we go. This says on our warm-up. Does everyone have your warm-up on your desk, right? You read it, okay? I just need them to log in, but I need you to write this down. So look, this says write a system of equations from the following word problem. Do y'all remember systems of equations? We did it back here on the 17th of October. Look right here. I need everyone looking with your eyeballs. Look, look, look. And then we also did it on the 29th of October. 2 different types of systems of equations that you write from word problems. So today I'm reminding you how to write them and solve them using Desmos, okay? But you might remember that 1 week where we kept solving for y, solving for y, solving for y. Guess what we're doing today? Solving for y, right? Okay, you got to be able to do that for sure. So watch closely. That means with your eyeballs looking over here. It says your class sold cupcakes and brownies at a bake sale. Have I given y'all brownies yet? I don't think I did. Y'all look hungry, like I didn't give you a brownie yet. Or y'all think I'm joking. You think I'm not going to give you a brownie. You think I'm going to give you a brown-e. No, I didn't say brown-e. I said brownie. It's a little different. Y'all want a brownie? Some of y'all didn't say no, so that means you want a brownie. All right, let me give you a brownie. Watch out. Yeah, there we go. That's what I like to hear. All right, check it out. Ready? E on your calculator represents this number, 2.71828. And it's brown. So this is a brown E. Now it's a math joke. Now it's even funnier than before. Because what everyone else got last time was a brown E. Get it? Hey, were you ready for that joke? No. Were you ready for that joke? All right. Good, right? Good time. All right. Fun times in Mr. G's class. Everyone's so happy to get brownies, right? Good times, right? Now look. Back to our problem. It says your class sold cupcakes and brownies. Now look, how many items is that? Cupcakes and brownies. How many items? Is that one or two items? Two, right? Now, we did this on 1029. I'm telling you, we did it. You have notes. But when there's two items, you got to call one X and one Y. So watch me do this, okay? Cupcakes is X, brownies is Y, okay? At a bake sale, you sold cupcakes for $1.50, brownies for $1.25. After selling 23 items, you made $31.75. Okay? How many cupcakes did you sell? How many brownies? Now check it out. I'm just asking you to write a system, not even solve it. System means more than one. System means two equations. So if you only write one equation, that's not a system. So watch me do this. Ready? Look, look, look! In the back, you're not playing games, are you? Close it. Close it. All right, look over here. If I have X cupcakes and Y brownies, that stuff will be down the hall. Now check it out. X plus Y. How many cupcakes and brownies are there? What does it say? Which number do you think is the total number of cupcakes and brownies? 23 total items, okay? So watch this. Items. You're going to just add up the X plus the Y equals the total items, 23. So this is called standard form. AX plus BY equals C. We talked about it before. I'm telling you again. Standard form is not Y equals, but you got to do it this way, okay? So look, X plus Y equals 23 because we're talking about items. Now, that's one equation. Let's do another equation. Let's talk about money. This time, I'm not just going to put X. I'm going to put what does X value. So when I said X was cupcakes, how much do cupcakes cost? It says you sold cupcakes for $1.50. So instead of just X, it's going to be 150X. Does that make sense? You're putting the money on the variable. Plus, do the same thing for the brownies. Y'all love brownies, right? Dang it. All right. $1.25 for brownies means 1.25Y. Now, this is not going to equal 23 this time because we're talking about money. What's the total money you made? $31.75. Whoa, $31.75. Okay, that's it. Does that make sense? So there's two equations. Add up the items equals the items. Add up the money equals the money. Two equations. That's what you got to be able to do on your own. That's just a warm-up, though. So I want you to make sure you have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, math. Thursday, sub. Friday, this. Make sure your name's on it. And I'm going to come grab it from you. And I'm passing out the notes real quick. All right, coming for these ones. Make sure your name's on it. Go. Warm up. Back, sub, back. Not sub test. All right. Sorry. All right. Warm up. Warm up. Ay, ay, ay. I just told you what's all right. Told somebody else. Here we go. All right, if you didn't finish your warm up, right in the back, hey, make sure you turn it in before the end of class. Let's talk about our notes, okay? All right, look at this. Now, each of these problems has a flow chart here to help us organize our thoughts. I'm going to help you do the first two. I will let you try the back on your own if you want to, but the assignment I'm not going to give you today. I'm just going to give it to you Monday. Okay? I mean, you can always just take it if you want it early, but so here we go. This is, now, by the way, the warm-up we just did is the exact same problem on this note sheet. So we already know the two equations, if you can remember, literally a minute or two ago, right? Okay, but let's look at it. We are going to define our variables. Remember on the warm-up, we have cupcakes and brownies, right? Didn't I go ahead and do this. Isn't there an X on cupcakes? Y on brownies? So here's the deal. When I define my variables, I'm saying X is cupcakes and Y is brownies. Write that down, please. Everyone's doing these notes. So, oh, did you finish the test? Oh, we'll do that first. But do it, and then do this, please. All right, now, here's the dealio. Didn't we already write down our system of equations on our warm-up? So I'm just going to rewrite it from what we just talked about. It was what? X plus Y equals 23. And then it was what? 1.50x plus 1.25y equals 3175. This is the same thing we did on our warm-up, so that's why I just rewrote it. Nothing new here. Now, off to the right, this is the very important piece, okay? So it's very important, step one, that you get the right equations. Very important, step two, you need to solve each equation for y, okay? Here's why. Look at these equations. If I asked you what's the solution to these two equations, what's the easiest way to find the solution of two lines? Where they intersect, right? Isn't it where they intersect, two lines? Right? You can say it out loud so I don't have to be weird up here. All right, so look, two lines where they go, that's the solution. That's what we want, okay? Now, how can I see that? What, can I graph these in the computer? You could if they were y equals, right? Like if you type this in right now to Desmos, No line. If you type this into Desmos, no line. So guess what we got to do over here? We got to solve for y. We have to get it in y equals form, slope, intercept form, so that way we can graph it. So again, I'm going to rewrite this over here. So I had x plus y equals 23. And then we have 1.50x plus 1.25y equals 37.25. 31.25. Okay. 0.75. All right, my bad. So now this is very, very important. If I'm solving for y, what do I need to do with this x? How do I get rid of an x? A positive x. I look for the opposite, and the opposite is negative x or minus x, right? So again, I need y by itself, need to get rid of a positive x, so I put minus x here, and then I got to do it on the other side, minus x here. Scratch it out on the left, bring down y equals. Now this is very important. This x term does not combine with 23, it's going to go in front, because we have mx before b, right? You don't want to get the order messed up. So again, you write the minus x first, and then the positive 23, the plus 23 goes second. Is that y equals? Yes. Can I graph that in Desmos? Yes. Sweet. Okay. That was just one step. Move over the x by doing the opposite, put it in the right order. No big deal. Now the other equation might be seem a little more complicated because there's decimals and a coefficient for y, but we can do it. So let's try this. Same thing. If I want to solve for y, I need to get rid of a positive 1.50x. How do I get rid of that? What's the opposite? Opposite of a positive is negative 1.50x. And on the other side, minus 1.50x. Okay. Scratch that out. Bring down 1.25y equals, and remember, this mx has to go in front of the b. The negative 1.50x goes in front of the 31.75. So negative 1.50x. And since this is positive, it's plus 31.75. Cool. Now, am I done though? Is this y equals? No, because this time I have a coefficient, a number in front. So how do I get rid of this 1.25 in front of y? Your second step is to divide. Okay, divide by 1.25. Everything divide by 1.25. Divide by 1.25. Okay, so divide by that coefficient, and then you can scratch it out. And now you're just left with y equals, okay? So here's the deal. Technically, this is it. Y equals negative 1.50 over 1.25 x plus 31.75 over 1.25. Now, I like to rewrite it so it's not so ugly looking right there, you know? But if you see it there, that's fine, okay? It's negative 1.50 over 1.25x plus 31.75 over 1.25. Is that y equals? Yes. I have two equations that are now y equals. Okay? So, I know this is a lot of steps. We made two equations. We solved both of them for y. Now the rest of this is a little bit easier. I go to my calculator in my Chromebook. Okay. And now I'm going to type it in. So my first equation was y equals negative x plus 23. And like if it looks like this where there's no no graph, make sure you zoom out or scroll around here. Okay. And then I need to type in that other equation. It's a little more complicated looking, but let's do that. Y equals divide negative 1.50, go down, 1.25, go to the right, x plus divide 31.75, go down, 1.25. If you can type and double check that you typed it without any typos, but if I type it incorrectly, I will see the two lines cross somewhere. And make sure you move around your graph, look where they cross. And all you got to do is click right where they cross. Y'all see that there's a nice point right where they cross. Cool. 12, comma 11. So that is my solution when it comes to just like the numbers, right? 12, comma 11. Okay, so let's bring it back to our notes. The solution is 12, comma 11. Now here's the problem. On the STAR test, they're not going to give you a bunch of points as answer choices. They're going to ask you how many brownies, how many cupcakes. So here's the question. Is 12 or 11 cupcakes or brownies? Or how do we know? Yeah, we go back to that first box we filled in, right? Didn't we say X is cupcakes and Y is brownies? So remember, whenever you're doing a solution, this is X, this is Y. So that means my solution in words is 12X cupcakes and 11Y brownies. Okay. Do you see how this works? You read the problem. Remember, you gotta read the problem. Don't just look at a word problem and guess. That's the worst. Don't do that. Okay, don't do that. I know there's reading involved, but you can read. I know there's some thinking involved, but you can think. I want you to try these. It doesn't hurt to try them. And I know this is a lot of steps, but you write the two equations, you solve them for y, you graph them, and where do they cross? So that's the money right there. Okay? Now, I need to go to the next one. So if you need to catch up on this later, you can. It'll be posted in Google Class, or you can get it from a friend. But we got to go to the next one. So, sorry. Here we go. Next one. You decide to buy food for your baseball team. It says a hamburger costs $3.50 and a hot dog costs $2.50. How many items is that? Hamburger and hot dog. 2 items is standard form, like we just did. So I'm going to put an X over hamburgers. I'm going to put a Y over hot dogs. X hamburgers. Y equals hot dogs. Now, instead of writing the system here, I'm just going to cut to the chase and put it over here in the solve section. First, we want to talk about items, right? And then the second one is going to be about money. So what are my 2 items? What is my X plus Y? So let's read this problem. It says hamburgers cost $3.50. Hot dogs cost $2.50. After buying 22 items, the total cost is $68. How many hot dogs did you buy? How many hamburgers did you buy? So items, just like the first example, add up your hamburgers plus your hot dogs, X plus Y. What should that equal? Is it 68? No, that's money. What's the total items? 22, right? So X plus Y equals 22. And now I'm going to do a money equation and apply money to X and Y. So the money, the cost of hamburgers is $3.50. So 3.50x. And then the cost of hot dogs is 250, so plus 250y. And that equals the total money, not 22, the total cost is $68. Okay? This is very similar to number one. We just have some different numbers. So let's remember, how did I solve the first example? I have to solve for y on both of them. And the first step is to move the x by doing the opposite. The opposite of a positive x right here is a negative, or a minus x. Minus x. Stretch that out. Bring down y equals. Remember, the mx goes in front of the b, so it's negative x first, plus 22 second. Cool. And since it's just y equals, that's it. What about the other equation? I need to get y by itself. So let's get rid of the positive 350x by doing negative or minus 350x. Always on both sides. Bring down 250x, sorry, 250y. And remember, your mx goes in front of your b. Please don't forget the sign. It's not 350x, it's negative 350x. And then the 68 is positive, so it's plus 68. Is this y equals? Not yet. I need to get rid of the coefficient by your next step is dividing everything by 250. Scratch out the 250s, and then y equals negative 350x over 250 plus 68 over 250. We now have two equations that are y equals. So now I can type them in here to Desmos. So y equals negative x plus 22. Y equals divide negative 350 over 250 x plus divide 68 over 250. Double check that you typed everything correctly, and then look where they cross, click it, and that's your solution. Again, the STAR test will not have that as your answer choices. We have to interpret the solution. But the solution is 13.9. So how do I interpret it? 13 is what? Hamburgers or hot dogs? 13 is my x value, right? Which is hamburgers. 13 hamburgers. I could eat that right now. I know there's like a burger place downtown called Mark's Outing. And if you eat their 2-pound burger, you get your picture on the wall. So like if you go there and you look at the wall, you might see someone on the wall who ate a 2-pound burger. Oh, it is Mr. G. That's right. I downed that thing. It was delicious. All right. And I'm wearing my cowboy Santa hat. You'll know it's me. All right. It's by the soft drink thing. All right. So check it out. Local food establishment. Great burgers. 2 pounds if you can eat it. Though I don't suggest it. It's probably not that good for your heart. But anyways, so 13 hamburgers. I could probably do that. Anyways, and then 9 hot dogs. Not that big on hot dogs. You'll see that guy who ate like those millions of hot dogs on 4th of July. You know what? You can do anything. You know, that's the one thing I've noticed. You know, America. Well, anyways, I want y'all to try the 2 on the back on your own, and then right before the end of class, I will show you the answers. Okay. For our video, the rest of our video here, this is the top one on the back. For the 3D and 2D tickets, you get this solution right here, and you interpret it with this many 3D tickets and this many 2D tickets. And this is your equations and solutions. And then for the last problem, you have 2 pointers and 3 pointers. Free throw, I should say, which is 1 point. Here's your 2 equations. You get this as your solution, and this is how you interpret it. So if you finish those notes and you really want the assignment, here it is. But I was going to give it to y'all on Monday. Let's knock that out. Here we go.